Even though something's 15%, the maximum points 12.5. On exteriors 18.6. So basically they're just giving an illustration. That type of information is found in the Federal Register if that's of importance to you. We hit on that, different sections. And this is a little highlight. This is how the software looks. If I went to a whole scenario and then it ends up saying this observation is not considered a deficiency under HUD's definition for this item. So in theory, if the inspector just simply answers questions, walking through the software, HUD basically tells us, is it a deficiency or not? But it's important for you to kind of, I think, get a feel of the software a little bit, just to know how it looks. And the way the software is kind of configured to give you an idea on how this gets played out. You got inspectable areas. You've got inspectable items. Then you have this tree, if you will, no observed deficiency. It's called an NOD, no observed deficiency. Or is it an observed deficiency, OD? Or is it an NA if it's not applicable to a certain situation? Let's assume you're in a unit and there's no laundry area, so you can't have a dryer vent disconnected. That would be an NA, because there is no laundry room inside the unit. Then, when you expand what the observation is, and we kind of covered that in the Federal Registry scoring, basically it's deciding, is this a level 1, 2, or 3? So really, this is really the only dynamics taking place on the inspection. We don't get involved in telling you criticalities. So don't ask the inspector, well, what criticality is that? Technically, that's not their job to explain all that to you. That's why you have a class like this. I'm on inspections all the time, and people are saying, well, how many points is that? How many points is that? It's not my job to tell you how many points these things are. It's just my job to record them. Okay? So don't assume the inspector's job is to tell you that, because it's not. They're just going to say level 1, 2, or 3, and that's it. Okay, this is how it starts getting broken up into the inspectable areas. You got number 1, the site, which it includes stuff like fences and gates in your grounds. 2, your building exterior, doors, roofs, things like that. Building systems, your domestic water, your electrical systems, common areas, community rooms, hallways, stairways. 5, your units, bathrooms, kitchens, living room, things like that. And then health and safety, things like electrical, tripping, so on and so forth. Those are your 5 areas plus your health and safety. This is how the computer looks when it's talking about these areas. You got this little tree and dealing with the site, then you got these little buttons, if you will, and each time you hit, it expands it. So if I hit the site button, this screen pops up. And as you can see here, fences or gates. Is it an OD, observed deficiency, or maybe there's no fence at all? It'd be an NA. Grounds, mailboxes, NA, because maybe the mailboxes are inside the building as opposed to on the site. So this is basically all the screen that we see. So this is, if you will, giving you the mindset of how the inspector looks at everything. And everything is looked at, if you will, through the software. Okay? We're blowing this up a little bit, just so you're aware. When we say again, we got an observed deficiency. This is a little bit of a review. Level 1, which used to mean minor, we're actually, if you will, saying 0.25. If we're saying level 2, we're really saying 0.5. And if we're saying level 1 or level 3, we're saying 1 point. So that's basically the way that gets laid out. And under health and safety, it's simply OD. It's an observed health and safety. We really don't say 1, 2, or 3. But basically, they're all 3s. Here's just an illustration of door, say, NOD or OD, and I just highlighted that for the sake of an example. We hit that button, this screen pops up. Where is this door at? Wherever the door is at, we hit that button. So we could break it down. Is it in the laundry area? Is it the dining area? Or is it in the hallway? All it is illustrating there. And then it pops up, well, what kind of door is it? Is it an entry door? Is it a bathroom door, screen door, security door? Or, quote, all other doors includes closet or bedroom doors. So again, there's this tree, if you will, through the software. You hit this button, it says this, and then it goes to that. And then we're on the doors, we hit the button, OD. Well, what kind of damage is done to this door? Over here is the frame misaligned in the opening. Threshold, is it coming up? Or is it the hardware? Let's assume the panic hardware doesn't work on the door. Well, now it's under hardware. Or is it surface damage? Let's assume it's a rusted surface and it has holes in it. Or is the door outright missing? So we got to categorize it. And then once we categorize it, does it not function or does it function as it should? And all we are doing is going through these set of questions. And the more someone's familiar with the inspection software, the quicker it goes.